economy and how it will impact the sales marketplace? What do you see over the next year or two?
Oh, that's a really good question, Charlene. It's about as easy to answer as is the stock market up or down today.
What day is it?
What day is it, exactly. It's interesting about the ad marketplace. The economy still has not come out into a recovery. Yet we have had one of the most amazing upfronts in terms of volume, as well as advertisers willing to pay a premium to position themselves for the long term. So from an advertising perspective, I think what advertisers have learned is that you can't stop spending because your competition won't stop spending. And so I don't believe that the advertising industry will suffer in the next year to 2 years as we climb out of this recession, this economy that we're looking at right now, which is so unpredictable. Marketers have gotten really smart about what needs to happen to keep their business going. And so I feel very good about the advertising landscape, in particular for the next 12 months.
So Hanna, can you give me some predictions for the next 5 years?
For media in general?
For media in general, and if you would like to add some insights into where you see the sales function going, that would be great.
Well, I think predictions for media are that advertisers will start to look at the advertising landscape as a holistic approach, as opposed to buying in buckets. I'm going to buy television, I'm going to buy online, I'm going to buy digital out of home. I think that it's already started to happen, but it's not happened broadly. But I believe that advertising will be bought holistically in that way. That's number one. Secondly, I also think that from a promotional standpoint, that's a piece of communication that will continue to grow for advertisers. And at some point in time, I think that's also going to be connected then with the advertising cycle as well. I also think that localization of media will become even more important. It is no longer about just reaching a broad audience nationally. It is about being able to reach your consumer where they are in a very specific type of way. And I think marketers are starting to become very savvy about that. So they have national campaigns, but they have local overlays, whether that's activation in certain markets or heavying up in those markets. Even online is becoming very localized, geo-targeting and so forth. So I think all of those, we went from being very niche to very broad, and I think now we're starting to become niche again as marketers are realizing that yes, they do need to reach everybody everywhere, but different parts of the country, consumers react in different ways, and so they're starting to address that. And I believe with technology today, addressability and so forth, you can accomplish that.
So Hanna, in regard to customization, and I'm a big fan of set-top box data, which I think lends to a little bit more marketing to one. Where do you see the playing field for marketing to one, more localization, and customized messaging, and by extension, addressable advertising?
Well, I think that work has already started. I think the idea of being able to measure against psychographics and demographic behavior, maybe not in lieu of demographics, but in addition to demographics, is where we are trending. And I think that's very important because your 18-year-old doesn't behave like your 49-year-old. So this 18 to 49 demographic is, in my opinion, outdated. But how one behaves, and then what messaging do I need to do as a marketer to reach that behavior versus this other behavior, regardless of how old they are. I think that is the trend that I'm starting to see, that I know other networks are talking about and other researchers are talking about, and I applaud that. And I think that sort of streamlines towards addressability from a technological standpoint. That's exactly what addressability is being able to reach different people with different messaging.